Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This video I am talking about DevOps project. It is a CI/CD end-to-end project. We are using for different tools. Is deploy into that Kubernetes cluster. Primarily, first you are visiting to this channel. You can subscribe. It is DevOps content. The daily is uploaded to this channel, and the bell symbol icon is clicked and all notification are enabled. This is the very important to I am pushing the content in the YouTube. You can achieve everything about to the mail and also your notifications. Okay. um, Go to my step-by-step CI/CD process on application is deployed into that in Kubernetes cluster. Yes, this is for CI/CD and using for the development consideration of the code is pushing into the GitHub. That GitHub is pulled the code into the Jenkins server. The Jenkins server is doing a very better way to understand step-by-step process. That is consideration of is Jenkins pipeline, different steps, stages, and everything included that pipeline. That pipeline includes the Docker login to the Docker Hub, everything pulling and pushing images to the Docker Hub and store the required latest image in the Docker Hub. And the end of the CD is deploying into that latest image in the Kubernetes cluster. This is the process we will follow the CI/CD process. Um, the requirement of Jenkins server configurations in AWS cloud is used for T2 Medium and Ubuntu 20.04. And also Kubernetes master and node is also same configuration. Let us go to primary considerations of these servers are launched in the AWS. Go to AWS console, sign in. This is the AWS control is you are seeing in Mumbai data center the dashboard. Go to EC2. EC2 means Elastic Compute Cloud Compute. It is the instances used for requirement of this project. The launch instance primarily is launching from the Jenkins on inside of the Docker also. Jenkins or Docker. Okay. It is used for Ubuntu. Ubuntu 20.04 is the free trial version, and T2 Medium is the minimum requirement of the Jenkins server, and key pair required key pair and the configuration storage is increased to 20 GB. Okay. and launch instance. Okay, okay, friends. One thing is remember to security. Um, this instance is outside of the cluster, outside of the world is access to even the IP address and port numbers. Go to inbound rules to allow all the traffic. Actually, is Jenkins is 8080. It is the port is access in the mandatory for Jenkins server, but all the traffic is enabled. You go through any problem to this server. Save inbound rules. Okay, the server is ready and Jenkins is installed. Will be installed. Okay, it is the running state, but to open 50 window already configured. It's loaded. And all things are configured. Open. Okay, sudo first su cd to change the host name, host name Jenkins and log execute dash. Okay, you can change it. Clear the screen. First package of the Ubuntu updated. Now updated. Package is updated. After that one bash script, the commands are inside of the file and executed further steps. Okay, is successfully updated in the package of the and one the certain commands are used for create Jenkins. One file is taken jenkins.sh. Jenkins.sh is Jenkins file, and also inside of the Java version is the latest version is uploaded. These things to happen. This point of comments are uh, inside of the file. Copy and paste it and save and quit. Um, once check this LSF and LRT. The file is read write permissions only. Um, to get execute permissions right now. Change execute permissions in the file. Okay, this is the executable permissions. Once check it, this is the executable file, and Jenkins mission is running right. Jenkins file is executed will be right now. So one by one is executed some 2 minutes time to wait for uh, ready for the Jenkins. After this installation, to consider the inside of also install in the Docker daemon and Docker server the inside of the Jenkins. This server is used for Git and the Java backend of running of the these processes will be continued right now. OpenJDK is installed 11. Done. OpenJDK. Jenkins package is installed right now. Based on the speed based of these things, the very good internet speed to earlier to install every package and ready to the server quickly. Yes, ready to the Jenkins server. The key is generated and the secret. Uh, Wait some few seconds. Yes, the generated of the Jenkins key, secret key. You can log into the Jenkins server primarily. First of all, the IP address and port number 88. Just log into the Jenkins server and the key is copying once generated. This is the key is copying and paste paste it. Continue. Play Wait for few more seconds and the setup of Jenkins server. Again back to the Jenkins server once again. That is the what is the Java version is installed. Please check it. Java Java hyphen version. It is 7.0.17. It's the latest version is installed. After that, to install also in Git instead of the Jenkins server, apt get install git hyphen y. Okay, Git is installed. Git version. The clear screen. First of all, git hyphen no, git hyphen version. It is the Git also installed. One thing is the Docker is installed in this Jenkins also. First, we can create docker.sh. This file is some sort of commands to build Docker, install Docker. That is the commands. This is the commands. can follow that. Yes, these set of comments use this command also. Okay, paste it and save and quit. First, ls lrt also execute permissions not allowed, but you can execute permissions allowed to this file. Chmod, it is the file permissions. Chmod execute x docker search. Okay, this hyphen permission dot slash docker execute. The commands are running one by one. The docker is installed inside of the Jenkins server. Okay, docker is installed. Docker hyphen v docker version. This docker is installed right now. Okay, after that you can install of the maven packages in the Jenkins server also. You can follow the commands. Yes, we can follow the maven commands. This is the maven for installation inside the Jenkins server. You can follow that. First we can maven copy in the server, paste it. Yes, this is the tar extension. The tar extension is X. Copy and paste it. Yes, move to the op directory. This file, paste it, and the configuration of environment variables profile dash slash profile. This is the environment given Maven. And save it. Use how to check the version of version Maven. Maven is installed. The home directory is Maven. Is user share Maven. This is the directory for the Maven. This path is taken to integrated with the Jenkins. Go to Jenkins server. Ready now? Jenkins server. Jenkins. We can mandatory for these fields. Can fill these fields. There is no optionality, but you can enter this. Continue. Yes, ready to the Jenkins. First thing, you can manage Jenkins to configure everything in the global tool configuration. OpenJDK and Git is also installed, and Maven. Maven is required to this path, ABN Maven path to the server, to the Maven home directory. Just apply and save it. Okay, and the required plugins are installed. These pipeline flow majorly. First thing is build pipeline install. Build pipeline available. Build pipeline. Build pipeline. Yes, pipeline timeline also. Just back it and dashboard and dashboard devotion dashboard view and okay. Maven plugin is also installed. Maven integration plugin. Deploy container plugin is there. Docker pipeline. Deploy to the container. Okay. These are installation plugins and also Docker plugin. So Docker plugin. Docker is installed and also email extension plugin is also there, but the email notifications are enabled. These type of plugins we integrated to HMTS configurations. Install without restart. Just installed these plugins. just install all these things. Go to page and once again go to Jenkins server. Okay, it is the clear display. Once log into the side of the Jenkins of Docker credentials, Docker login, Docker login, spell mistake, Docker login, login the my GitHub credentials. Successfully login. The Docker credentials inside of the pushing and pulling images, everything about this server. First checking Docker, Docker images. There is no images. Docker ps-a. There is no containers. Okay, Docker is ready for the Jenkins server. First, update the package of the update. Yeah, cool. Go to the Jenkins server to prepare the pipeline. This is for CI project CA. This is the project CA and CD. First CA is completed pushing in the image. After that, CD is deployed into the Kubernetes cluster. It is pipeline. Pipeline. Okay. For this is what is the project is description. This is automate things in Jenkins pipeline. CI/CD to deploy Kubernetes. Okay. This is the GitHub project. You can the public repository for the my GitHub page. Go to my GitHub page. This is my GitHub dashboard. This is for DevOps automation. The project DevOps automation project. You can see and copy this URL and paste it. Okay, GitHub trigger in the Git CM polling. This is the enable. Okay, this is the pipeline script. First, you can perform the pipeline one by one. You can take it the pipeline ready for this pipeline is code is ready to in my GitHub. Go through pipeline section. You have Jenkins pipeline. You can see Jenkins pipeline. Jenkins pipeline go through different the pipeline. You can choose the agent, any any agent. The tools are used for Maven. Maven is the build tool for build these stages. The build Maven to check out GitHub repository and the clean and Maven packages to code testing and clean and install the extensions of the staging. These first these steps are go through this process after get one by copy and Jenkins paste it. Okay, this is code is checkout, git checkout. This how to generate this code. How to generate this code? You can follow the pipeline syntax. Everything is syntax, but you can follow these steps and git repository and main generate. This is the git branch, but something. Yes, git SCM. You can use uh, check out for the version control. This is the URL. Sorry, at the repository. The repository URL is taken. Repository URL is taken. Test it. Main, main, main branch. That is generated the pipeline. This is for user this syntax. The Jenkins. This is okay. Once uh, this process is done and save, and something error is taken, is checking. What is the error? Okay, everything is okay, but everything is okay. It is syntax. Everything is like the build pipeline. Just build the code, everything in this pipeline. Wait few more minutes. First thing you can Maven is the code is everything is checking. After that, build, test it, and Maven is the package of clean and install everything about code base of package of Maven. Yes, application is running right now. Is Maven is build this application is go to the artifact. Yes, the build is success, total time, and finish that. That jar file is this path in the Maven, Maven. Moment certain things. It is a snapshot is DevOps integration, development snapshot jar. Um, that is the integration 0.001. Everything is the form.xml file. Okay, done. This is the way to implement this system. Go through pipeline. This is okay. The build Maven is success. After that, you can configure one more step, one more stage to take one more stage to the pipeline. What is the map? The next stage is stage build Docker image. This is for Docker image for the Docker Hub repository for required image. We paste it. This is the image. You can see what is the dependencies of pom.xml. Go through in Git repository. You can see pom.xml file. You can see the dependency. You can Kubernetes is the dependencies. You can the name for the Kubernetes. That also can see the Docker file. The Docker file jar is the Kubernetes dot jar. Uh, you can mention that particular jar file. The dependencies is based on the required image. This is a Spring Boot application. Is a Java based application. You can follow the different files and okay. Um, Go through Jenkins. Once the steps is apply and save it. Again build now. Image is full completed. Pulling is completed. Image is pulling right now. Yes, the image is right now pulling in this Jenkins server, the latest. This the image is done by the Jenkins. Check it. Docker images. Yes, is the OpenJDK is one and is the latest in this Kubernetes. The latest image is pulled to that server. Okay, this is a success. What is the next step? Is there? Go to the pipeline. It is build Docker image and push to the Docker this Docker image into the Docker Hub. First, you can see the My Docker Hub page. Docker Hub. This is my Docker Hub page. Uh, you can see the testing purpose to previously I am latest image 3 numbers back. can see right now primarily. After go to Jenkins server. Jenkins server. You can and configure, and this one step is added. Uh, this step is taken to getting into these things. Copy and paste it. This is the what credentials under Docker Hub. The variables what calling to that Docker. What is the username of Docker Hub and password to take into the variables is calling for the Python script. You can show the Python script and go to credentials with credentials credential section. With credential section, you can choose um, for secret text, and you can choose for variable and the secret. What is the password you can take? Uh, what is choosing for the variable? The variable is Docker password. This is the variable to call into in this place. Docker Hub password is the variable. The variable is showing to taken the process of the Jenkins pipeline credentials inside of that. It is the text file is C, and the secret is the password. Your Docker of password. So, it is the basic things. I can Docker password. That's the reason it is the not a particular thing is uh, the ID and the description is same for add or save, and is add the credentials, generate the pipeline. With the credentials and Docker the variables, this pipeline is copied into that this place. And one Linux command is log into that particular Jenkins server and log in these credentials, and also instead of already instead of that Jenkins server. After the pushing to image into Docker, these latest image, once you check it and apply and save, build now. This current build is starting right. Yes. What is the failure of the credentials entered everything about it? But the failure, what type of failure is done? Could not find credentials enter with ID Docker Hub. The credentials not find. First thing is user for adding to Jenkins user and Docker group. That thing is the Jenkins server. First thing you can try it, and first thing it is user mod. Add to the copy and paste it. Okay. Service restart system restart. systemctl status doc status is docker running right now. Docker images. Yes, docker images right now. Once the restart the Jenkins, restart this. Once build now in this pipeline, build now. Yes, again this failure is again repeated. Once check it into um, pipeline. Let's check into the pipeline once again. Once generate the code with credentials, build credentials, yes, with the credentials and secret text variable docker hub password, the variable and docker hub password, variable. You can choose for secret text. Secret is the password. Is the password for Docker Hub, my Docker Hub, and Docker password, Docker Hub password. Yes, add it. Console Docker Hub password add and generate. This line is considered credentials. Paste it. Yes, paste it. And password is calling to Docker Hub password. Uh, yes, it is correct syntax. Everything is okay. Right? Save it. Build now. Yes, the layers are existed. Pulling to the image, push to the image in the Docker Hub. Pushed, starting. Yes, has successfully started pushing the image of the Docker. Okay, you can see the Docker Hub once again. Once refresh the Docker Hub page, right now it's a few seconds ago. The latest image is pushing the few seconds ago. The image, the latest pushed, it is by the few seconds ago. The different layers of this image is up now. Okay, latest tag. Yes, this is for the CI and the delivery part. And go to these things and pipeline. And Docker Hub is login. A Docker Hub, the push to the Docker required latest image to the Docker Hub. It is for this line is done. After that is this Docker um, image is deployed into the Kubernetes cluster. The two ready build cluster on premises and one master and the node. It is requirement to should uh, go through K8s master and node in both of T2 medium and Win2 20.04. The launch two instances after the configuration everything about the cluster after to deploy into the Docker image. Okay, let's go to uh, AWS console. The required two things. Yes, there is no name, but Ubuntu to missions. Ubuntu 20.04. T2 medium is minimum configuration of the cluster. Can take T3 medium, but T2 medium is minimum configuration. T2 medium, and the key pair is uh, the required key pair, and GB is 20 is included. Two instances, launch two instances. Okay, launch two instances right now. This is a Kubernetes master. This is the Kubernetes master. This is Kubernetes node. It is node. It is node one. Yes, the running right now. Two instances are running right now. Yes. To take public IP address and MobiQuick. Using for MobiQuick, two tabs are available with the different tabs. You use it for Mobi Extreme and use a better way to implement the development. Ubuntu. Ubuntu name is Ubuntu. The required key he is choosing for its desktop also, but this PPK is Mumbai data center. Okay, let's go. The machine is open successfully, and required mandatory commands to the super user. The clear the screen and apt get update the packages. We get update the packages, everything about Mobi Extreme is updated, clear the screen. Clear the screen once host name is changed. Host name as per the consideration of the server. What is the server? Host name, it is control plane. It is control plane host name and execute bash. Bash. Okay. This is the ready for the cluster. Once you can take the node server also. Node server. This node server and paste it and Ubuntu and the key pair. The key pair. Center. Yes, successfully. Initial is launched. CD and just create the screen. Apt get update package of backend of the OS package is updated. Into the clear host name uh, node one, one execute bash. This node one is ready and master is ready. The required commands are running right now. Yeah. The required commands go through these required commands. Yes. First of all, step one is used to master node. It is commonly for master node and these things. First, Docker and control and paste it. This is running right now. Docker and service Docker restart. Paste it. Restart the Docker. Paste it. Create the screen. Create. After that, you can the Google Cloud package. Okay, paste it. Okay. Yes. This is the Kubernetes source of latest documentation. Paste it. Paste it. Get update. Paste it. Like this is updated, right? Copy. Paste it. Paste it. Yes, we can done. This copies token to the worker node. Then see copy and control paste it. Now prepare the token for the joining of the cluster of nodes. Some few more minutes so you can generate the token. Yes, to generate the token. This is the very important token to join the cluster, join the nodes in the cluster. Okay. The next commands are the master installations. These commands used manifest by Calico. Okay, you can join this vdm command to Kubernetes cluster, Kubernetes worker node, apt get date, okay, then create a screen and paste it. Some flow for flow more minutes. You wait and connect to the node in master. Yeah, this is the error is occurring for joining the node into the cluster. This is this error is based on the open to the given security groups. You can allow the port is open and all the traffic is open, but one thing is Kubernetes 6443 port is open right now that the all traffic is enabled. You can solve the issue. Uh, Kubernetes get is clear the section. Okay, uh, kubectl get nodes. Yes, the node is added to the cluster. One node is added to the cluster. Um, this cluster is ready. Master and one node is ready. Further process is going to Jenkins server, and dashboard and login. Yes, and login to the Jenkins server. Yes, once check it, the pipeline is pushed to the Docker of the latest image for this CI process, and CD it is attached to the go to dashboard and manage Jenkins. Once manage Jenkins and manage plugins, it is advanced option, and one container Kubernetes deployment plugin is uploaded browser deployment plugin. This is the plugin for the deployment, and to deploy the plugin, the manual to HPI package of the plugin, extension of HPI. Uh, the plugin is installed. It is 1.0.0 version. The Kubernetes deployment plugin is used. Some few more minutes wait after that deploying and I install the plugin in Jenkins server. After the secret credentials are enabled to Kubernetes on kubeconfig file. I import that Jenkins file, and deployment is successfully completed at the end of the week. Yes. Yes, successfully completed. And dashboard. Once I restart that Jenkins server, there's no preference. Restart. Yes, restart the Jenkins server. Yes, restart the Jenkins server. Log into the Jenkins server. Yes, okay. Next thing is the pipeline section. First, go to the pipeline section. Configure. Okay. These things to better way to understand one thing is doing it. Uh, this is the one stage is available right now. Uh, this is the Jenkins file. Jenkins file. What stage is behind to that is the Kubernetes deployment. This this taken to this script is how to generate the script. You can show the way in the scripted part. Just copy and paste it. Jenkins file. Jenkins files. Paste it. Jenkins. Okay. This is the configuration file is shown by this syntax configuration. You can Kubernetes and deployment and choose the add Jenkins. Uh, what is the secret text? Secret text. No. The Kubernetes configuration first of all. So Kubernetes configuration and Jenkins and ID. What is the ID is taken? What is the ID is taken? Kubeconfig. Kubeconfig. Kubeconfig description also kubeconfig. Enter to the direction kubeconfig. This is the configuration of the file. Is go to that Kubernetes master. Kubernetes master. Kubernetes master control plane to keep ls-al cd dot cube file ls cat and configuration file. This is the configuration file for everything, the configuration of the Kubernetes cluster. Yes, this is file for copy. This is the file for copy. This position also is copy and paste it. Paste it and add. kubeconfig to generate the script. This is the generation for the script. This is the generation for script. Copy and paste it. Actually, these things are not necessary. These things, but we said deleted something. Um, Deleted for these things. First thing is related to services. These things are not mandatory, but kubeconfig. It is a simple way to close it. Config and this is also not mandatory. This is mandatory configuration configs of deployment service.yml. This is a way to okay, this is a way to implement. Uh, okay, for this the upper side is doing that. Okay. This is remove this. Yes, okay, and apply. Save. Okay, build now. It's build running right now. Push to that latest image to the GitHub. Layer is already existed. Prepare for waiting. Push it. Next is deploy into that Kubernetes cluster. The Kubernetes cluster is failing, but some error is occurring to manifest. Protocol TCP. What is the error is occurring? 14th and in the column node port, like node port. Okay, so consider that yeah, deploy into the Kubernetes cluster, push to the image in the Docker Hub, and the latest one is starting Kubernetes deployment. Kubernetes deployment is done for success message there. These things are shown to the cluster. Go to cluster dashboard. It is clear the screen. kubectl get deployment. The deployment is done. Kubectl get SVC services. SVC is the load balancer service. Okay. Um, to expose the outside of the cluster is the load balancer. Yes, it can successfully deploy into the Kubernetes cluster. Once again, you can build it right now. Once again, you can build it right now. This is the project you can build successfully. It is build now. Build now. build the Maven packages. After that, build the Docker image completed. After that, pushing to the uh, image to Docker Hub. It is 10-second now. Is also completed. Done. Just deploy into the Kubernetes cluster. Once the C Kubernetes once again, it is the click the screen. Once again, SVC are doing the node port using for the node port services of Kubernetes cluster is exposed to the outside the world IP address, a node IP address, and the external IP provide to the in the YAML file. Go to my deployment service file. You can choose service which is node port, and the exposed to node port is this port number. Right now the port number what happens to do, this is the IP address happens. Something is, let's take to another way to in this pipeline we can show the different way the pull to the GitHub entire the pipeline section. You can configure this section, configure the configure to, this is the pipeline to show SCM, this SCM to GitHub URL. GitHub, what is the GitHub URL? My GitHub URL, to take the GitHub URL and take the GitHub URL. This is the GitHub URL for copy and paste it, and there is no credentials. The main branch, Jenkins file, and save it. Build now. Completely in pick up to the Jenkins server in GitHub. New pipeline created. Maven build. Okay, this is the error is occurred. It happens to be. Second build now. Okay, push image to the hub. Yes, successfully, and deploy to the Kubernetes. Okay, again it's build now. It's completed. Deploy into the Kubernetes cluster.